Video of this school year, summer is just around the corner.
But before we break out the sunglasses and beach towels, we have a brand new kid witness news coming your way.
First up, we have an interview with one of our all-star basketball players here at Weehawken High School, Inoa.
This year, Jaden scored his 1,000th point, a truly remarkable accomplishment.
My name is Inoa. I'm from Weehawken, New Jersey. And my family, I have a very loving and supportive family. My family support me a lot through thick and thin. They follow me everywhere I go. They will follow me everywhere I go. Well, my mom always put me in sports. So when I was younger, she put me in baseball. So I used to be with my brother playing baseball. I was like a little fat, chubby kid. And I was playing for this team called the Rays. And that's how I first started in the sports realm. And then, you know, I always had a thing for basketball. It always was in my genetics. My dad played basketball, my cousin played basketball, like everybody played basketball. And it was just around me. It was, you know, I overall became a product of my environment. And I really got into it when I was like around, I would say like age, probably like heavy in it, like 6. And I was like 6 years old, like my father. I got you. My dad was a big part in, me, you know, when we were younger, like playing at the courts, you know, he would do his dribble, and I'll just try to guard him. Even if I get crossed, I'll try to guard him. I always like found it entertaining. And I used to play with my dad because he was just, at that time, I just looked up to him because he was strong and he was just, you know, dribble, and do all these crazy dribble moves. And I was like, man, like, that's crazy, he's doing that. And I remember one time I had one of my friends doing this crossover, and look, he was doing it quick, like he was dribbling between the legs, I'm like, damn, like, I wish I could do that. I remember my dad saying, like, you'll be able to do that one day. And, you know, my dad, unfortunately, though, you know, went to prison for 5 years, so I had that time with him. But, you know, even with that happening, I still found, you know, I became even better than what I was when he last saw me. So, you know, but he had a big influence. And the reason why I'm built the way I'm built, I established at the age probably 12, 13, that I wanted to, you know, pursue my dreams, and what most people, everybody would want is to go to the NBA. And I did that when I was young. And also it was the people around me, you know, my friends, and even like my family were very supportive. Like, you know, they always instilled in me, like, anything you want to do, just go for it. You know, the only thing that could be in your way is you know what I'm saying, and if it's in God's will. So, you know, I just always try to get mine, and yeah, it always was a dream for me. To hit 1K, it just hits like, it's a different type, it's an unreal feeling, because just knowing from where I started to the point where I'm at now, you know, by the grace of God. So, you know, I'm just happy that I did accomplish it, you know, through everything, through all the trials and tribulations I've been through. I still am where I am now, and, you know, I'm thankful for that. And obviously my teammates, you know what I'm saying, they were help me with that, you know. So shout out to my teammates, Tommy, Ian, Inez, Jaden, Gabe, David, Julian, Angel, you know, the rest of the guys, they all know the love I have for them and the support I have for them. And obviously, my beautiful girlfriend, Aaliyah. Thanks so much.
What was your feeling about it?
So we had a summer league. There was a summer league game, and I was just playing basketball. You know, it was only we only had 6 players. I was just playing basketball like I always played my whole life. And, you know, after that day, I was just playing super good. And after that day, I got the scholarship the next day. And, you know, I was grateful because yes, it was my first offer, but I did have, you know, a good amount of interest. And when I got it, it was kind of a shock. Like, damn, I, you know, really got an official offer. But at the same time, I was not accomplished, not content, not satisfied, not nor happy. And the reason why I say I work too hard, I know there's competitiveness at all levels, Division One, Division Two, Division Three, but I know my potential, and I know that, you know, if I was fortunate enough to go anywhere, you know, that could provide me the opportunity to go to those high divisions, I could definitely, you know, get an offer for one of those high Division One, Division Two. But due to my circumstances, which I'm not gonna let define me, you know, that's just what comes with it.
Are you scared of failure?
I was scared. I was scared. Then because the chip I got on my shoulder and the way that, you know, this chip I got on my shoulder and the way that I feel like it's put on me and the expectations that everybody has for me. So I was scared to fail, but I know even if I do fail, I'll come back stronger, and there's always going to be, you know, that battery, that fire in me, you know. I usually, before every game, I hate it. Most games, before I hit 1,000 points, I used to always feel the pressure. Before every game, I used to, you know, have the bubble guts. My stomach used to always, and I hate anxious. I always hate feeling anxious. I guess it gets me mad. And what I did to cope with it, I'll try to listen to music, but it amping me up is making me more like, you know. So I'll just watch a YouTube video, go on TikTok, and try to just, you know, ease myself and keep my body at ease. And, you know, but now since I had a K, I feel more, I still get nervous, but I'm more relaxed, you know, because I already hit that achievement in my life that everybody was expecting for me to, you know, to hit. And, you know, but as far as pressure, I love the pressure. You know, if you put me in a situation where I'm pressured, I'm gonna definitely, you know, do my thing at all costs, because I'm a winner, and, you know, and I'll do anything to win. As I got older, I wouldn't say necessarily was a moment, but I always, you know, when I was younger, I always said, you know, I always had people, my supporter could be random people, could be, you know, family, friends, and I always had a support where they used to, you know, yo, you can make it league, just have good grades, you know, stay out the streets, and, you know, just keep hooping. So I always had that, and I never really had no doubters, you know, ever. But I remember this one moment when I used to play with the older kids and practice with them because my brother was on the team. And, you know, while I'm hooping, I remember one of my friends, my friend Moses, and he said something about the NBA when I said something like, oh, yo, you know, NBA, I'm trying to go to, because I always used to say that a lot. And I think I remember him saying something like I wasn't. And I was like, what you said? Just to make sure, like, I think I heard it, but I was trying to make sure that if that's what he said, but he didn't say it. Like, he didn't repeat his words. And then like, in my head, I'm like, what? Like, that's just weird. And as I got older, I always remember that moment because that was the only time somebody ever said something like that. And, but he didn't say that in a harm way, but I mean, it kind of was the truth behind it, because as I got older, I realized that, you know, it's hard, you know, from the predicament, you know, schools, like you being in a certain school for basketball matters. And I realized that, you know, for football, it's easy. You know, they'll pick anybody, public schools, just if you're a dog, you're a dog. But when it comes to basketball, they look for prep schools. So, you know, and I realized that, and then when I got older, I realized what he said was actually, like, there was some truth behind it, and it's hard, but, you know, yes, you could play AAU, yes, you know, but it all comes with money, you know. Some people, I know you have to make that sacrifice, but for some sports, you don't have to pay tuition fee, you don't have to pay all these, you know, enormous amount of money to try to just pursue what you want to pursue. But, you know, that was definitely a moment that as I got older, it changed my thought process and how harder it is, you know, especially because I'm not the tallest, you know, batch, you know, part of that group, you know, so it's different for me. It's a different ball game. but I'll never let that make or break me. You know, I instead of it diminishing, you know, being a diminishing thing to me, I instead, you know, made it into motivation. Like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I show people who Jaden Ayala Halakone is.
Let's keep the ball rolling with some more student spotlights. Our next interview features Weehawken, a senior here at Weehawken who has taken many college-level courses.
Hugo speaks about his time abroad in France and how his college experience has helped him as a senior. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Hugo Holland. I'm a current senior at Weehawken High School, and I am the treasurer of our senior class student council, and I'm very happy to be here. Yeah. I'd say I have to mention my 2 literature classes I've taken as some of my favorite classes, both my sophomore and my junior level English classes with Mr. Novus, particularly for I think how much better of a writer I became because of the very good feedback we got and the rather nuanced class discussions we would have. I think that improved my writing and even my thinking ability a lot. One other answer is I really liked my AP chemistry class I took last year in junior year because the material was really interesting and the teacher, Mr. Sadek, was great. It's been funny. I've taken 7 or 8 classes at Stevens, so they're all kind of higher level math classes. I started when I was a freshman here at Weehawken, and I remember being incredibly nervous. But it kind of ironically, in a strange way, everyone else there was also very nervous because they were. It was also their first year because they were freshmen in college, and after the first few lectures, it started to feel pretty normal, and I loved that class and the classes I've taken since. I was able to talk to the professors and a lot of the students around me just about the interesting math we were doing, and since then, particularly the higher level courses I've taken in the past year or two, very often the math questions will be pretty open-ended and need a kind of a creative side to them that you don't see in math as often in high school, and it's been incredible to be able to go there. It actually a slightly strange story how I learned to conduct. It was after I came back from studying in France for 4 months. In January of 2024, I was talking to the theater director, Mr. Solomon, and he proposed to me. He said to me simply, "Hugo, do you want to conduct this year's musical?" And my response to him was, "I've never conducted before." That didn't deter him, and I am incredibly happy that he believed me because I eventually ended up saying yes. And 2 months later, I conducted for Mamma Mia, our school's musical. It was not easy. I played piano and trumpet for a while beforehand, but I never conducted. So it took a lot of work to get used to conducting. Because especially for a musical, conducting is not only kind of waving your hand about, but it's timing. You're the one that brings the music in after a scene. So you kind of have to be alert at all times. I found in practice once or twice, I would mess up because I was kind of really invested in watching the scene, and I would completely forget that I'm the one that needs to bring the music back in. but it was incredible being able to do it both last year and again this year. It was amazing. I was there from August until basically Christmas of my junior year, and it was a really great situation. It was kind of a half boarding school. I was there. I stayed at boarding school during the week, and then on weekends I had a host family that I stayed with, and it was in the south of France. It was amazing, particularly because it was a pretty regular French experience. I was the first American to ever go to the school, and I saw that and how I was able to make friends, and they would tell me, "You're actually an American coming over here." It was interesting seeing how the school system was different. It's much more like college in the U.S. in that the classes change every day, and on some days, like on a Monday, I could be in school only from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. While other days, I would be there. We would have classes from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., which was maybe not the most fun part, but overall it was amazing. One funny thing that happened was a very good thing is 14 or 15 students at that French school there was a trip planned to come to Weehawken, and they had an extra plane ticket. So in an interesting twist, 2 months into my stay in France, I flew back with 14 French students here to Weehawken here, to my own high school, and got to go around school for a week with them, and also show them the city. It was amazing, and something funny that happened is that when I got back in January to Weehawken permanently, many people came up to me and said, are you a French student that's decided to come here? Because there'd been a lot of students that were new that year at Weehawken and that had only seen me in October. So there was a rumor going around for a bit that I was actually, I'd not lived in Weehawken my whole life, but I'd just come here because I'd come here a few months earlier. But it was amazing for my friends. What I miss the most is definitely the people and all the extracurriculars. I've done track, soccer, cross country, Model UN, and I'm definitely going to miss, I think Weehawken has a really great atmosphere. Obviously, as teenagers, any student here at Weehawken is going to take that for granted, complain about a thing here or there as anyone will, but especially when I've gone to other schools for competitions and different things, it makes me realize how mature I think the average Weehawken student is, and how I think very honest and relatively kind everyone is here, and I'm really gonna miss that. The best advice I probably ever got was do the work. Especially when it comes to work that is challenging. Very often with math or with writing, if something's difficult, it can be very instinctive to kind of go away from it, not want to do it. Especially in math, it's completely understandable that it can be challenging, and it's challenging for me as well very often. But that you really do learn the most when you have to hit your head against a wall, kind of saying, "Oh, what can I do here?" and kind of letting a problem sit with you for a bit. And really, the best way to learn is to just challenge yourself, and very often have to say, "I don't know how to do this now, but I think I got a bit better here, and I'll come back to it tomorrow." I plan on studying math. I've thought also about studying other things I'm interested in, like literature, history. It's a hard decision, but I've loved math basically all my life, and I've loved the math I've done at Stevens, And yeah, I'm really excited to go off to a college campus and just talk to other people that like math and like many other things as well. Yeah, my piece of advice is, when in high school, take classes where you find the work interesting. Take interest in the work you do. I think that is so important to simply to be a person who enjoys what they do and can just find interest in things. And especially, don't, even if you have a subject you love, don't disqualify other subjects and other things that you might find enjoyable. I genuinely believe that almost everyone can find interest or could find interesting any subject in high school, be it physics, chemistry, art, math, English. I really do think that people might have slight natural differences in natural ability, but overall, there's just I don't know, so much enjoyment to be had in so many different subjects in learning. So yeah, that's my advice. To end it, I just want to say thank you to Weehawken schools. It's really been amazing, everything that they've let me do. Let me go to France, pay for my Stevens classes, and just have the great atmosphere and environment in this school itself. All the great students. Thanks.
Our final segment of this school year, this time we are taking a look at an all-star marching band.
The marching band has been working hard this whole year to put on amazing performances for the crowd.
This documentary about them features the graduating seniors and their thoughts from the beginning of the year.
My favorite part about marching band is viewing the progression, going from barely being able to march and play the show during band camp to being able to add interesting stuff like visuals and like props to the show, and being able to put a finished product on the field towards the end of the season. My name is Finnegan Agnew. I'm going into my senior year. For the band, right now, I'm the woodwind section leader. So I lead all the saxes, flutes, and clarinets. It's not exactly hard, but it's definitely challenging. And if you want to give the position like the full amount of effort you can, it can be challenging, but it's ultimately very rewarding. I am very excited for the season. We've got a lot of good stuff on the way with this show, and we're excited to share it with the town. For me personally, my favorite part of marching band is the competitions. I feel it's when we get to best show what we've been working on in a competitive setting, and I don't think anything beats that. We're about to put on our first public show for the town, and it's going to be very fun to see where we go this season, and I'm very excited.
My name is Cassandra Gonzalez, and I'm in the 12th grade. Do I think we did good? I think we did great, actually. I think we're going to be ready for competitions and football games, and we can't wait to perform. I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is just playing, honestly. Like, wherever we could perform for anyone just makes us all happy. So I guess some things I want to tell you guys is that please come see our shows. We're going to be at the football games every Friday night, competitions, all that, and the band festival is going to be at the end of the year. So I hope you all could come for that.
My name is Lanai Whitaker, and I'm going into 11th grade this year. I am the color guard captain. I basically help out all the guard with like visual, all the flag stuff. I've basically been teaching them all the work, all the moves that we're doing this year, and yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I've never really been into sports, so I found marching band, and I thought it was cool because I've always been to the football games that our school holds, and marching band would always perform. I'd see color guard perform, and I always thought it was so cool, and when I realized I could join too and be a part of that, I was like really quick to get on that because those people that I saw in my past really inspired me, so I wanted to be part of that team. Yeah, we've been practicing for the past 2 weeks during band camp, so I think we're really prepared, and I'm really excited for our first performance of this season. Most importantly, I'm looking forward to just having fun with all of my teammates, and then also seeing everyone improve, like, because we have a lot of newcomers this year, and seeing them all go from knowing nothing to knowing, like, to being really good has been just great. Like, I love seeing all the improvement, all the hard work and dedication that our team has. For the new people, I think just keep working hard and continue the dedication that you have been putting in, and everything will pay off.
Assistant Band Director, Ms. Elizabeth Miller. Brass Coordinator, Kevin Alarconi. The student leadership is Drum Major, Cassandra Gonzalez. Woodwind Section Leader, Finnegan Agnew. Brass Section Leader, Brianna Segarin. Color Guard Captain, Denai Whitaker. And Social Media Manager, Aki Chen. High School, you may now take the field in festival exhibition. to major in psychology to become a therapist. Some of her favorite band memories are going to MetLife Stadium and watching the band perform, then getting to watch other bands' performances. Another good memory is getting to go to all the football games and watching her band end the game. She wants to thank everyone in the band for making her feel so welcome. Our next senior, Finnegan Agnew. Finn has been a member of the marching band, playing the alto sax since his freshman year, but distinctly remembers wishing he could join sooner when he saw their 2019 performance. Being in the band has taught him so many different lessons about community and commitment, witnessing firsthand the dedication that people put into each and every practice to make each season the best it could be. Becoming the Woodwood section leader for his junior and senior year also taught him leadership and, just as importantly, patience, as he helped newer members learn the ropes of the program and become confident on the field. Last but not least, senior Cassandra Gonzalez. Cassandra has been a part of the Weehawken High School marching band since the 7th grade. First as part of the JV band in 7th grade, then part of the senior band from 8th grade on. She played the flute in the marching band for all 6 years, with her last 2 years having the honor of being the drum major. Cassie has also served as a member of the band leadership since her sophomore year. She is so happy to have had the opportunity to see her peers grow, not only as musicians, but as people as well. Her love for this band program is unmatched and is beyond grateful for the experience this program has given her these past 6 years. Cassie would like to thank her family, friends, and her mentors from the past 4 years. Each person in her musical journey has taught her many different musical and life lessons. She wants to say thanks to the marching band members for giving her the best senior year she could ask for. Good luck in the future. For one last time, who are we?
And with that, another school year comes to a close.
The 2024-2025 school year was jam-packed with exciting stories and memories from all over.
We here at KWN all hope you have an amazing summer. See you next year.